David, we've obviously got out of the press room and the training ground that we're normally used to and gone for a little walk, had a little bit of a catch up. Do you used to, or do you enjoy obviously getting a bit of away from the normal environment?
Yeah, when I'm at home, I take my dog out every night, which is not every day obviously, because I'm only home a couple of times a week, but I certainly like to go for a walk at night. You sort of reflect on the day, and you reflect on the last few days and stuff, and I tend to put things in my phone, what I need to do, sort my diary out.
Yeah.
Whilst also spending a bit of time with my dog, so I kill two birds with one stone. But yeah, I think most footballers are outdoorsy types.
Yeah.
You work outside, so I'm no different. I quite like whenever I go on holiday. You know, in the summer, I tend to get up at crazy o'clock because that's just what I do. And then
what time does crazy o'clock look like?
5:30 usually.
Pretty early.
Yeah. I was up at 5:30 this morning in the Kingsway and up, and I'll probably read a bit of the news on my phone, and maybe even do a bit of work. Certainly check up on emails, check up on a newsletter that we're all assigned to. Bits and bobs, and get on with your day.
Yeah.
And like I say, when I'm away, I'll go for a run, and I'm back home before the kids and my wife even get out of bed. So I'm doing a bit of exploring. I'll go for a walk or whatever it might be, even on holiday. So yeah, I try and be up and at 'em and carpe diem and all the rest of it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for someone in your role, it's obviously difficult, I imagine, to switch off. It's certainly not a Monday 9 to 5 sort of job, is it? You're always in that arena, I guess, always in that moment.
Yeah, you don't switch off. You can't switch off.
Yeah,
that's the truth. The game doesn't allow you to switch off. There's always something, and people always want your time. Yeah. And sometimes that's brilliant. Sometimes that's not annoying. I don't think I'd ever class it as annoying. Inconvenient, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. I can remember I was on holiday one year. I was in Barbados and was laid in bed, and 4 o'clock in the morning my phone went, and it was my analyst. And I picked up the phone and said, "Look, I'm on holiday. I'll ring you when I get up. It'll be afternoon here in England."
Yeah.
Said, "Yeah, no problem. Just want to let you know about something." I said, "Fine, I'll ring you in a bit, 4 hours, 5 hours time, whatever."
Wow.
Which I did, and then the very next day, 4 o'clock in the morning, he rang me again, which were a bit annoying and a bit inconvenient, and it certainly got me into a bit of trouble with my wife. But yeah, there's little things like that, but it's just, that's your job.
Yeah.
Last summer was no different. I think I had one day out of a week's holiday where I wasn't working. I actually didn't open my laptop and wasn't on the phone, but there was jobs to be done. It was the time when Joe Hutchinson were leaving and we didn't have a head of recruitment, so you're constantly on the phone to agents. We're trying to do a fairly big deal for the football club, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's work, it doesn't stop.
No.
It's 24/7, virtually 365 a year.
And Mrs. Artell has to be a little bit patient at times. Well, is she a patient woman?
Yeah, I have to say she's fantastic. I can't speak high enough of my wife. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without her support. She's certainly patient. Don't get me wrong. There's been times the football calendar doesn't sync to the school calendar, and that's probably the most challenging bit.
Yeah.
It is difficult when we're in the Easter holidays. I don't get time with the kids. They're back from school and university and what have you.
Yeah.
And that's not a complaint, it's just fact, because it's a busy time of year. Christmas, there's no time off at Christmas. It's an extremely busy time, and you can set any half terms and stuff like that. So
yeah. I suppose it's part of the challenge of being in professional football, isn't it? It's the same for the players, I suppose, as well.
It's a real challenge. It's a real challenge, but it's like I say, my wife knew that before. I was a footballer before I met her, so she knew that from the outset, but that doesn't make it any easier. And it's the same for the staff and the players. That's why you try and be as accommodating as you can when there's nativity players, when there's end of term, big sort of extravaganzas that in the last year of junior school, and all that kind of stuff. It's important that as a manager, as a head coach, you're understanding, they're saying that this is a big part of the family's memories. And as blokes, we sort of play it down, but actually you should be there.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
It's the little moments that,
of course it is,
that turn out to be the big things.
Of course it is, and I'm a big believer in happy wife, happy life. I am, and I haven't met a person, whether that be a player or staff member in football, that doesn't believe the same either. So I think you've got to make sure you're not leaving yourself short. My duty is to represent this football club and make sure the staff represent the football club. So you can't have them, going off for Uncle Tony having his, toenails clipped kind of thing. But at the same time, you've got to understand that there's lives outside of football, and I think when you make people aware of that, they actually give you more when they're in work. And because, like you say, it's unforgiving at times. I don't know what time we'll get back from Gillingham, and then we'll go down
to the next one.
Yeah, we'll go down to Cambridge, and we'll get back from Cambridge at 4 a.m. or something, or whatever it might be. And
there's stuff in between, like the analysis stuff that you'll obviously have to do straight after the game, and everything in between.
It's like Easter weekend. We played on Friday. We was in on the Saturday. We did the prep. We travelled on the Sunday, on Easter Sunday, and we played Easter Monday. That's just the job.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it any easier on family sometimes, but that is the job. And if we didn't do it, somebody else would. That's supply and demand. I don't want anyone to think that I'm, getting a little violin out, because I'm not. That's just the nature of the job. And the other thing is, the more you put in, the more you get out. I think that's the same in any walk of life.
Create your own look.
Yeah, you create your own look. I think when you work hard, less things go wrong. I'm a big believer in that. Yeah. So when then you've got a committed group of staff, when you've got a committed group of players, you do that, you end up being more successful. How big a margin that is remains to be seen. But I just think that work hard, and everything else will take care of itself after that, really.
Yeah. So looking at the season so far then, when you sort of zoom out on where we are right now in the season, obviously we're still very much in the heat of it. How do you actually feel about the season as a whole right now?
I think we've definitely made significant progress. Like, for example, we couldn't last year have got to the 4th round of both cups and been successful in the league.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's happened, we know that's just an easy marker to show that we've progressed.
Yeah.
We've conceded less goals, that kind of thing. We've had more availability of players, so the processes and the things we put in place over the summer, the equipment, the resources have helped. So there's lots of things like that. But actually the consistency of performance has been much higher. We are extremely likely to surpass the points tally for last year.
Yeah.
The league is much more competitive this year. It is. So we've got to achieve even more things, or even greater levels, if you like. But I think any sport, when you take the whole emotion out of any single game, will I hope, and this is my belief, that we are achieving a greater level of consistency.
Yeah.
Over a longer period. We've lost 3 in 18, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I think it's 3-18, 3-19.
Something like that. It's like we didn't do that at any point last year. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a period before Christmas where we were extremely unlucky. Yeah. And luck plays a part. It does. That might cost us, promotion. But if you keep performing to the levels you perform, eventually, as I've just been alluding to, your luck actually, you don't rely on luck.
No.
Because you're at that level. And I think that's where we've got to now. Are we ready to take the next step? Yeah, we probably are. Does it mean we will? Don't know. We've got it all to play for. But I don't think anyone can argue that we've made progress over the last 2.5 years since I've been in the football club in lots of ways. And it's easy to just judge the the performance on the pitch by results, but actually the level of performance, but actually the processes that underpin all that as well.
Yeah.
They've come on like chalk and cheese, really. So, well, there wasn't any for some game model stuff, recruitment processes, that kind of stuff. So there's all them things that are really important.
And you've obviously mentioned about that difficult run of 9 games before Christmas. What was it like around the building? Did anything really change, or was it just very much a case of we've got to keep doing what we're doing, and eventually that tide will turn?
Yeah, obviously it didn't. There was no panic in that sense. It's a bit like now they've got 6 games to go, and or whatever the number is, and is it pressure? No, we are. We purposefully don't get too high when we're
doing well,
10 unbeaten or whatever it is. We don't get too negative when we haven't won in 9, when we deserve more points. We don't get we stay in the middle when we've lost 3 in 18 or whatever it is. So when you have that consistent emotional sort of like output from myself and the staff, the players can remain consistent. Yeah. Of course they get annoyed if they don't win, and of course they get absolutely elated when they do.
Of course, because they're human.
They're human. You don't dismiss them emotions, because that's not what we're saying. But it's like we don't need any more pressure.
Yeah.
Likewise, we don't need any less pressure. The lads know the staff know the role. They know the job. Just do your job, and accept whatever emotions you're feeling, because it's you.
Yeah.
It's you, and when you do that, then I think you just, it's okay to be in that state. And I think emotional intelligence, everyone bands about emotional intelligence and all this. It's like, if people are sad, it's okay to be sad. If people are happy, it's okay to be happy. You know, if people feel under pressure, that's okay. My job is to go, come on, let's have a chat.
Yeah.
And either keep the good feeling, not dismiss negativity or like that run that you were speaking about.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're on the right track, lads. Look at these, and there's this isn't me, this isn't your emotions, this isn't my emotions, this isn't opinion, these are facts. We deserve to win these games, and in them 9 games we deserve to win a lot of them.
Yeah.
But we didn't, and sometimes that just happens, and you have to take the rough with the smooth. But in the end, it rights itself.
Yeah.
Have we righted it enough to try and get promoted? Maybe not. We don't know. Still all to play for. But in the end, I just think you. If you're consistent in your behaviours, the lads, the staff, the players will go, actually, you've got our back.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that, and the staff think that, when you think like that, I think the players will go, actually, he's a good guy. He'll fight for us.
Yeah.
And we'll fight for him. And when you do it like that, then I don't think I've heard any fan around the town, whenever I've bumped into any, that have gone, oh, the lads aren't playing for the shirts. I ain't heard that once since I've been to football. Why? Because the lads really, that's inherently not true. They give it everything. Why? Because they know that I give it everything, the staff give it everything. We expect the players to do the same.
All pulling in the same direction.
All in the same direction. The owners trying to do the best they can. You know, Paulie, Adam, all the senior management team. It's like, come on then, let's all have a right good go. Makes a difference. It makes a difference.
And you mentioned about emotional intelligence there as well. Is that something that you have developed from your playing years, or have you picked that up from someone else, or is it just something that you've naturally got as a person, really, or is that something you've had to develop?
I think if you ask my wife, she'd say I've got 0. I think in a football team, football club, office setting, I think I've got loads. I think I find it quite easy, because I think I'm just that kind of guy where I just go, you okay? Yeah. And rather than just going, you okay, yeah, whatever, and I'm off before I even heard your response. Yeah. Never mind, or listened to it, but actually not took it in. I've gone, no, come on, let's have it's like really important. The best thing I can give anyone is my time. Why? Problem shared is a problem halved. even that old adage is probably true.
Yeah.
It's like, well, footballers are no different. They have more problems than anyone.
And do you think that helps you when, you know, because as footballers, all footballers want to play. You've obviously mentioned this a few times, and that sometimes they'll obviously come knocking on your door asking, you know, maybe why am I not in the team, not on the bench, not starting, whatever it might be. Does that then obviously helps you in those difficult conversations, those difficult, you know, situations where you've got to have that emotional conversation with the player?
A couple of things. One, I've got lived experience. I didn't play every game I was available. I got dropped.
Yeah.
You know, I was on the other side of the desk with them difficult conversations, so I understand what they're doing. I understand for some of them it's actually a challenge just to knock on the door.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute, what's it? You know, I don't think that I'm not some sort of big bag ogre kind of thing. You know, I am welcoming. So I've got that lived experience. I think that is important. But secondly, I'm just honest with them. This is where you're at. This is the reasons why. This is the crucial bit in all this. This is how I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
But also, this is how you need to help yourself.
Of course, two-way street.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to help you with this. Or you know, if it's Steve who's in charge of them, Sean or Ray is in charge of that. You know, we've all got his little groups.
Yeah.
Right. They'll help you as well. And if you do that and go back and work at this, I'm doing a bit this morning, day before a game, like, come on, you've got to do this before you do this to do this. Right, okay, yeah. Just practice that. You don't need anyone. You can hit it off of one of the boards, bump, But it's actually the little detail as well. Sorry. But it's on the player.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you, we're showing you, right, and we're going to check in on you in 3 weeks. We're going to check in on you in 6 weeks. Because let me tell you, you're going to need that skill.
Yeah.
If you don't have that skill, you could end up out of the team.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how you get better. So if you want to learn it, here it is. Here's what we're asking. Here's the detail. Here's why. On you go. I can't practice for them. I can actually only do
you can guide
bit
them.
And guide them.
Yeah.
And offer them the support and all the rest of it. The rest is the actual hard work. Is like, come on, you've got to practice. Skill acquisition takes time. We've seen that with, you know, all the fans speak about Greeny and Harvey, but Geezer, you know, it took us 12 months to get him to a point where it's like, he's good enough, capable enough, and he understands the game, for example.
And look at him now.
Yeah, but there's others in lots of little small wins that is not as obvious as the big wins that the players that we just mentioned.
Yeah.
But they're all trying, and whatever they're trying, they're going to get better. Not for me, for themselves and their own career. Whether it's at this football club or another one.
Yeah.
It's like, if you get taught and coached properly, I'm investing in you. And I'm doing it, you know, good job.
Of course, yeah.
I say, and if you don't want to do it, that's fine with me. It's not fine, but it's fine. It's not for me, it's for you. And when you explain it to the players, they actually go, actually, yeah, you're right. And when you all then go, actually, because you're getting better, I'm going to get better, and we're all getting better.
Yeah.
Before you know it, the whole place is going, well, I'll pass you because I need to practice this bit and you practice that bit. We'll practice both bits together. And peer-to-peer learning is even more, you know, it's more effective than senior manager to players or manager to colleagues, if you like. Peer-to-peer learning is even more important. So it's like, teach them, you know, they get to teach each other. That's sort of like utopia, yeah. So that's it's not rocket science. It's not like I'm doing this now. I'm not sharing secrets. It's all out there in published research, and it doesn't matter. It's not exclusive to football. It's just that most managers concentrate on the next game and forget about the 6 months down the line, and certainly 12. And I understand that. The average 10 years, 13 months or something. It's bonkers. You know, there's clubs this year who've had 5 managers.
Yeah.
It's like,
even at the highest level.
Yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs have had 5 managers. There's a club in our league who had 5 managers. So it's not exclusive to the top or the bottom. That's just what it is, and it's like, that's not that makes head coaches concentrate just on the next game, but then you're missing a whole big chunk of actual improving X player, and reaping the reward yourself.
Yeah.
And I think the more managers that do that, and it's difficult in this country. It is. Will you get more time in, I don't know, Spain or France or Serbia?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the average tenure is in them countries. I don't know if you coach them properly, the players, and give them time, and I'm given time, and the staff are given time to develop players, you do reap rewards.
Yeah. So we've obviously had a lot of positive spells this season, obviously fourth round of both of the key cup competitions. How much do you feel the connection with fans? Obviously the Man United game, for example, was probably the epitome of that.
Yeah, I've said since, the noise, I've played in front of 40, 50,000 and managed probably in front of similar numbers. The noise that was sort of generated on that night was ridiculous. I actually thought the main stand was going to fall down. The noise and you talk about intimidating atmosphere.
Yeah.
That was probably the best I've ever felt in my whole career. And like I said, I played in front of much bigger in terms of numbers.
Yeah. And was because I wasn't there myself, but was the ground sort of? I heard the ground was shaking, the whole place was vibrating. It was
obviously a special night, and it didn't really sink in and what you'd achieved and all the rest of it. Until much later. I watched it again about 3 or 4 weeks later and went, oh, yeah, actually we did
all right there.
Yeah, did all right there. And when you see what the whole town, the whole community can do together, and that was special. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
I said afterwards, I spoke to a couple of guys who've been supporting town for 50 odd years who've never seen us beat Man United, because obviously the last time we played them they weren't born.
No.
No, they definitely weren't born. When they're saying it's special, it is. They've seen thousands and thousands and thousands of games.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I think I'd like to think, I appreciate I'm never ever going to win 100% of supporters. That's every football manager doesn't do that.
No.
I'd like to think that the journey we've been on as a football club in 2.5 years is one that where the fans can see progress.
Yeah.
We're coming 21st in the league or whatever we were. We had a squad that played a style of football that was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was survival football, what I'd call survival football, which was, understandable given just come up in the league and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But actually it's not progressive in that sense. Whereas I think now, and I appreciate we had to crack a few eggs to make an omelette initially, and people didn't believe me. There was more than enough not to go down, and because I said it, everyone used that as a stick to beat me with, and I sort of get that. But I wasn't being, I don't know,
flippant.
Yeah, no, I realise exactly where we're at. Go down, people lose their jobs. That's nobody wants to do that, and I probably would have as well.
Yeah.
That's so it's not lost on me if somebody from the ticket office loses their job because we go down, because I'll probably lose mine.
And that's the reality.
That's
of it,
the reality of it. So there's no one more at the sharp edge of it all than myself. So, and I understand what it means. We spoke a lot about the last few home games, having 83 from Salford and 50 odd from Barrow. And, that's not great when you're getting the same numbers from, I don't know, Yeovil or that kind of thing. And you'll have more of them in the National League. We want 1,200 from Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like every week, we'd rather have a full house to create that atmosphere. And like I say, I think we're now at a point where I'd hope, insert whatever percentage you want, but the majority of the fans understand that we're on this journey. We are making progress. It's not linear. It's never linear. It's not linear in life. But we're heading in the right direction, and we're heading in the right direction as one. And I think if you do that, you become harder to stop. You become stronger. And in the end, I think you become successful. Well, you do become successful.
Yeah.
Because I've done it as a player. We did back-to-back at Rotherham, got to the Championship, promoted as a player at Crewe, as a manager at Crewe. So I just think, I can't say it's only a matter of time before we get promoted, but I genuinely think this football club's definitely on the right track to achieve success in the not too distant future.
Yeah. So, in terms of the style of play that you've obviously coached into this team, and I've obviously been able to develop through coaching at Crewe, obviously successfully as well. Where's that's come from? What's been your influence? And the reason I ask that is I've been listening. You listen to things like the overlap with, Gary Neville and Roy Keane, and they had Ange Postecoglou on there, and they was asking about his influence. And obviously he was coached by Puskas, which is where that came from.
Yeah, that's. I haven't been coached by Puskas, that's for sure, or Johan Cruyff, or any of the real big dogs. I think when you play the game, you pick up lots of things all the time. If you are, one, prepared to listen, and two, prepared to absorb what you're being taught, if you like. And it's not just what I've been taught; it's what others have been taught. Now, the one thing that used to absolutely wind me up when I was a player was, I just edit and kick at you. That's your job.
Yeah.
And whether this was misplaced, confidence or not, I don't know, but I felt as though more than that.
Yeah.
So I would listen when they were telling the number 10, the best player, or the number 9, do this or do that, or do this movement or do that movement. Because I thought, well, if he can do it, if I'm ever in that position, I can do it.
I can do it. Yeah.
So, and I went through my whole career doing that. And I think when you invest in that, I think you reap the rewards. The one coach that changed my whole perception was Dario at Crewe, because the level of detail that he went into was just ridiculous. Yeah, like absolutely ridiculous.
And what does that level of detail look like to put it in a bit of a snapshot? I
don't know. You want to play a ball down the line and you chop back. Well, actually chop back square, not in front, because his lazy leg might just nick the ball. And it's just actually, so actually I need to practice that as opposed to that.
Yeah.
It's that little bit of detail, because you then always get past it.
That makes a little detail, big difference.
Big difference.
Yeah,
so there's just little things like that. There's a gazillion other things,
course,
but just something simple.
Good example.
That's it's just easy to explain. When you add all them bits up, or you put them into one little bit of skill, but it's like, this, I don't know, volume at goal, where you can have it, if you're facing the corner flag, boom, or you're facing that corner flag, boom.
Yeah.
Because they're still coming from the same direction, but one you hit it with your right foot, one you hit it with your left foot.
Yeah.
But ultimately, face that corner flag to hit your right foot, face goal, or face that corner flag, face goal. If you go, as the cross comes in, lads, all you got to do is face a corner flag and then hit it end up facing towards goal, because that's where the ball will go. Yeah. Left foot or right foot. They've got an actual simple technical detail.
Yeah, you can almost see it in your mind, can't you? Looking at the lines, basically.
Exactly. So it's like, open your body up, the ball's coming.
Yeah.
And actually locking your body, so you don't just do that because you'll drag it past the post, or do that and you'll drag it past the post because your arm's not locked you to face the goal. Yeah. When you get to that level of detail, and it's that simple. Yeah. Initially, I think players go, I can do that. Yeah. It's a bit like a light bulb moment for them.
And they say that
been taught it.
Well, they say football is a simple game made complicated, isn't it? And I suppose that's a good example of showing that actually, when you break it down like that.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like it's certainly not about my ego, that's for sure. It's about giving the players a simple, clear message that helps them. Yeah. That might be something technical like that, or something just like, I don't know, just do this, that's it, well done. Yeah. It's not about the effect on me. It's not ever to make me look good. Yeah. Ever.
It's about the player.
Them. Yeah. It's about them. It's always about them. And I think when it's a bit like like Greeny, for example, will make a good coach. I don't think he wants to be one, but he'll make a good coach because he's the most modest guy in the world. We brought him off at Crawley because he'd rolled his ankle. He ran back to the dugout because he didn't want the fans to clap him. They don't like it. Yeah. Because he's really modest. And it's like...
And is that what made him, not an easy choice, but that made him then the next captain from when Danny left?
It's one of the things. It's one of his behaviours, yeah. And And like as a coach, you've got to be like that. So yes, we are front and centre by default. But actually, the ones that I feel have got the best out of me, the ones that I feel have got the greatest respect in the room, in the dressing room, are the ones that actually put others first.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be like that. Yes, there might be the bravado of Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
But you're not telling me that his players didn't want to absolutely run through a brick wall for him because he gave them everything he had, everything. And I think when you know, and by the way, you pick up things from managers and coaches that I've had that I go, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have that effect. So one of the questions I ask every single player before we sign them: who was your best coach growing up, or in the professional game if they're 28 or whatever? Who's your worst and why? Because I want to do what makes the best coach.
Yeah.
You think I want to do that for you, and I don't want to do what you think the worst coach is. I also ask them the same about who's your best teacher, who's your worst teacher. Usually, when you say who's the best teacher, they'll say Mr. or Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Lads, maths or PE, as a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
When I say why, I don't know, just got me. They just got me.
Yeah.
They don't say it because they were brilliant at teaching me algebra.
Yeah.
They don't say they were brilliant at, I don't know, showing me what a lever was.
Yeah.
None of the technical stuff. They just got
me.
And then you say, why about Mr. or Mrs. Smith, who was the worst teacher? Just didn't get on with them. It's about rapport. It's about the human side. It's about the soft skills. It's about investing time to get to know someone.
And does that mean then you, based on the answer that a new signing would give you, for example, you then adapt to each person depending on what works best for them?
So I'll tell you. So I won't tell you the players. I'll leave it. It's a little quiz.
Okay.
It's a little thing. They might not see it. I don't know, but it's still a quiz.
Yeah.
One player likes a hug before a game. He probably doesn't even know this.
Yeah.
And I hug him and I squeeze him. There's another player that likes like what I'd call a snuggle.
Yeah.
Right in there.
Yeah.
Come on, good luck, mate. There's others that just like a firm handshake. There's others that want a pat on the back. I'm not doing that because it makes me feel, I'm doing them things because that's what they need at 8 minutes to 3 on a Saturday afternoon. They don't even know that.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
But how do you know that? Have they told you that, or is it just things that you can?
They don't even know themselves.
Well, it's something that you can you feel it from them then, or is it just something you learn over time?
It's I don't know. It's
hard to explain.
Intuition.
Yeah.
It's intuition. Like if I shook your hand now, I'd probably do a really formal. Hang on.
Yeah.
But over time, I might be like, come on, mate. Over time, I might be like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It develops. It's a relationship thing, and it's like. Whereas I know there's some that just want a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Square in the eye. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Come on. Whereas others need a hug.
Bit more.
Others need a cuddle. There's a difference between a hug and a cuddle.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy, I know.
No, it doesn't.
Fans might think I'm absolutely bonkers. but these kind of things are really important to the players.
Yeah.
To me, I don't give a monkey's off. Shake their hand or bear hug them.
Yeah.
Don't make any difference to me. As in, it's not going to affect my performance stood in a white box on a touchline. They don't even know, but it does for them.
Yeah.
Or I feel as though it does, because I know that when I went out at 10 to 3, when I was a player, you felt whether your manager were with you. Not it's interesting. So again, I use the captain of this football club. A firm handshake. Dave Moore was the best example. He used to nearly break your hand.
Yeah.
But you knew you'd shook your hand.
Yeah.
And it's is it a bit old school that? Yeah, it is. But if Dave Moore shook my hand, I shook his hand because he expected it. He'd be like, "Hey, mate," because Dave Moore was like that. So you understand the influence I can have by shaking his hand properly. He'll do for me, him. Yeah. Manager, he'll do for me, just because I've shook his hand, because how he expects me to shake his hand.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah, 100%.
There's loads of them little bits. There's loads of them.
And that's just one example.
There's loads of them. I we haven't got all day, but I don't want to bore everyone. But all them little soft skills are massive.
Yeah.
Massive, as well as the detail. So when you add in the detail and they truly believe, and this is true. It's not for effect, and it's not to mask anything. It's not to substitute anything. But when you invest in them by getting to know them to that detail and give them the detail, I genuinely think he's a good guy, number one.
Yeah.
And I'll work my socks off for him.
Yeah.
You've got half a chance.
Yeah. So obviously, Crewe was obviously a big part of your life, of your career.
Yeah.
Only person to be promoted, both as a player and as a manager. Just talk to us about what it was like at Crewe. Why was it? How is it different as well to maybe Grimsby as a club and a community?
I think they're very similar in terms of community football clubs. Different business models. I know Crewe have just recently changing their academy status. But yeah, they're essentially, community based with good people running them. Obviously, I spent 10 years of my playing and coaching career there and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a fantastic football club, like I said, with good people, and they get a lot of the things right. When all the majority of football clubs are chasing sort of throwing money after money after money after it, if you like. Crewe, same with us, are much more resourceful, much more strategic, and much they think about things much more. Yeah. And ultimately make better decisions for the football clubs. That's why the two of the most respected and well-run football clubs in the country. So yeah, there's huge similarities, and I've got nothing but admiration for Crewe, and obviously I'm grateful for my time there.
Did you have things like, I know you've obviously got things like Jamestown Analytics and the data sort of side here. Did you have similar there, or is that something new that you sort of had to get used to?
We had nothing. We didn't have anything. It was, you've got to remember, 2/3 of the squad was from the academy. Yeah. So it wasn't as pressing or relevant, but obviously they needed to be supplemented by some pros from outside. Yeah.
I suppose the fact that the squad was from the academy, he was obviously the academy manager at Crewe as well, that's obviously pleasing to be able to give the platform.
Yeah, well, we played a whole academy 11. Yeah. One game and we won. It was only Steve, the previous manager, had done that and won. I'd done it and we won. It wasn't gimmick. No. It was integral to that football club, and it still will be, even though like I said, they're downgrading the academy, but it still will be. It's a fantastic football club, and it's different to Grimsby. The fan base is much bigger at Grimsby. It's a different model, much more data driven. Yeah. But the football doesn't change in that sense. So yeah. Here we go. Hello. Can I have your ball? Hey, hello. Hey. Hi. Hello. Hi. I've got my job to do at Grimsby. I chose this football club because of the owners, because of the fans. Yeah. And the potential that that it's got, and it's got a huge ceiling. I said to any players that we try and sign that this football club spent more years in the Championship than Leagues 1 and League 2 combined. Yeah. And it's only because of the recent history that people don't think that's the case. No. Well, it's my job to get us back to there. And like I said, we're on this journey, and it's not an overnight success. No. We can't throw loads of money at it, and we won't. The owners won't, quite rightly, in my view. So we've got to do it in an organic way, and a way that's sustainable. And when we say sustainable, we don't necessarily mean a balance sheet of zero. From my side, I'm sure Andrew and Jason probably do mean a balance sheet of zero. And we're on about constant improvement. That means we constantly get there, not survive, but progress from there. It's never up and back, up and back. It's like, come on, get there, stay there, get there, up. Incremental increases, progress. You know, and that's what's in front of this football club.
Yeah, and how has football as a game changed in your time from obviously playing, captaining, crew? Obviously played for, I think you played international football with Gibraltar as well. How has it changed from then to now?
I think there's much greater physicality down the leagues than there was. It doesn't change too much.
No.
Football is cyclical. You know, those of us old enough, which you probably can't remember, but you know, Bobby Robson playing three at the back in Italia '90 in that World Cup wasn't revolutionary. No, it just come back as a different format. So then when Chris Wilder did it and got Sheffield United into the Premier League and now they're overlapping outside centre halves. Yeah. Oh wow, this is a bit different. But actually, it not been done like that, but three at the back had been done. Yeah. So it's just constant tweaks, but it goes round in circles with a different tweak. You know, more and more clubs are now going back to a big target man rather than the pet ball. Yeah.
And things like long throws have come back in, and long ball over the top and things like that.
So because that's coming back in the Premier League, it's coming back in. It never went out in League Two.
No.
But you know, because it's at the top level, people see it as. So you got this. It's all cyclical. It's just reinvented. Yeah.
Is it the outside things around the game that have maybe changed a little bit? Obviously, there's maybe. I mean, I'm speaking presumably that the media attention has changed a lot. Obviously, I mean, Wolves Man United games are a good example. The amount of media attention that was on you and that was required of you was a lot more.
Yeah, I think on one hand, yes. I think the big difference is the social media element, and because everyone's got an opinion now, and it's unfiltered. Yeah, I was showing someone last night, somebody who said got online. It's like, don't, that's why I don't go online. Yeah. But I was looking through some photos and I saw them and I went, oh, there you go, I'd saved two. I deleted them then. Yeah. Whatever. But it's like, it shouldn't happen. It does happen. Yeah. And you can't call it out, because you call it out, you get more. Yeah. And the ones that do call it out do get more. And it's like, that shouldn't happen because everyone's got access to media now. Yeah. Everyone. So it's changed in the sense that there's more immediate feedback. There's more hot takes. Yeah. So when I was a kid, I had to wait till the greening had come out. Yeah. You know, like the Grimsby Telegraph, Telegraph Sport here, to get the
hot take.
The hot take, if you like.
Whereas now
it's a half time.
As soon as you post the full time graphic, for example.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's so much subtlety to it that, you know, and there's so much vitriol. That's why I don't go online. It's like, why would I go online? Yeah. I get abused. I just come to work, try and do the best I can. I don't want to get abused. No. But that's just accepted in second nature. Nobody would do that. No. But it is what it is. So there's definitely that element of the media. But you have to deal with it. You have to accept it. Yeah. Hello. Here we go. What's this? Ready?
Right, we'll finish with some quick fire questions then. Let's see where you're at. So, favourite TV programme?
Favourite TV programme? I like Phoenix Nights when that were on. Yeah. I don't really watch TV. That's the truth.
Half the time.
Yeah. I certainly don't watch any of the soaps. I don't watch any of the reality TV stuff. I don't often watch Match of the Day because I'm not usually back, or if I get back, I'm, you know, having a cup of tea and talking to my wife or whatever. Probably. I don't know, something. Maybe some sort of true crime documentary. I don't mind the odd one of them if we put Netflix on or something like that.
What was the last film you watched?
Oh, there was one the other day with Guy Pearce. I can't remember the name. It was Guy Pearce who was who was the leading lady.
I'm sure people will already know what you're on about. I don't personally.
It was number one on Netflix.
Right. Okay.
So whatever's just been trending on Netflix, it was number one. Yeah. I can't remember who the leading woman was. Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
The girl in cabin 10, or the woman in cabin 10.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it's called. It's okay.
I don't know what it's about.
Suspense, you know, a woman on a yacht.
Got you.
You know, man and wife. Wife was dying. Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't want to spoil it. She died.
I'm sure
No,
people will watch.
No, I'm kidding.
Favourite band?
Probably Oasis.
Oasis.
Seen them a few times, yeah.
Did you go see them for the reunion tour?
No, I saw them at Nebworth originally. So
Did you? Wow.
They were never going to beat that.
Favourite meal?
Oh, I can eat anything really. Quite like a Chinese.
Yeah.
From the Chinese, I'd say that's.
What's your go-to?
I don't know, chicken chow mein or black bean, beefing, oyster.
All solid choices.
Yeah, anything like that.
Favourite drink to go with that?
Just squash, orange squash.
Yeah. Not a beer?
No, not really. I don't really drink beer.
You're not?
No.
Favourite car?
I'm not really. I'm going to sound terrible. I don't watch TV. I'm not a car man. As long as it don't break. I think there's an element of as the car I drive, I have to sort of like be aspirational for the players. It sounds crazy. It's like I'm trying to set a narrative. Look, this is what you can have.
Yeah.
So the car I've got is a really nice car, but I also do, you know,
an awful lot of miles.
Well, I've had it 2 years and I've done 85,000 miles.
Wow.
So, yeah, it needs to be reliable. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just a nice, reliable car.
Yeah.
It's electric, mine, so that's helpful.
And what's one thing that's still on your bucket list?
What, professionally or just in life?
It can be either.
Well, I certainly want to manage higher. That's for sure. You know, I've managed in League One for 2 seasons, and we did well before we sold all the players. And it's getting back to that initially before we go even higher again.
Yeah. Hopefully with Grimsby Town.
Yeah.
In the Championship.
Yeah. I'm trying to think something. I don't know. I'd like to watch a Boxing Day test in Australia. A Ashes test.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
You'd have to have a Boxing Day off for that.
Well, yeah, it won't happen unless I'm out of work or I've retired. So it is but a pipe dream at the minute.
Early bird or night owl?
100% here.
Early bird.
Early bird.
Based on the 5:30 starts?
Yeah, 100%. I'm asleep for 10 o'clock.
Who would you say is your hero?
I haven't got one. I got asked this the other day. It's like, I don't know if that's weird or again
so.
boring or I don't know. But it's like I've got lots of people I admire. I've got lots of people I've learnt from. I couldn't tell you one person that I go, oh, he's my hero. Obviously, my dad had a massive influence on my life in terms of took me to football and my mum and what have you. But not. It's not. I don't sort of see him as that. You know. I just admire lots and lots of people as opposed to hold one in high esteem, really.
And last one, if you could sum it up in, let's say 3 words, favourite thing about Grimsby?
Outstandingly good people.
I think that's a good answer. I think that's a good answer. David, thank you very much for spending the time. Obviously going for a nice little walk in the sun, and best of luck for the final few games of this season.
No problem, thank you.